Joining us now for more on the oil spillage in Ogoni land is Akpobari Celestine, the team lead, Media Corps Environmental Development Initiative. Welcome to Newsday. I want to say thank you very much. Really sad. What do you make of that particular piece of documentary by our own Ovietime George on this issue?
Yeah, good afternoon, Aaron and Cynthia and viewers out there. I think it is a very sad development that anytime any news on Ogoni come up, it will be a very sad one. What you saw there is a crime scene. And I was so angry that, like I said during that interview, that no less a personality like the NSA, the Minister for Environment, and the Minister for War paid a visit to that place, saw what happened, and as we speak, nothing has been done to clear that mess or to give water to the community, because their only source of drinking water have been polluted. I'm not talking about food now. If you go to that place, you will see hectares of already ripe farmland that people were waiting for 9 months to harvest or burnt off. Nobody is talking about that. And a top government delegation paid a visit to that place, even if there was a third party interference. But this one, they're not third party because it's a wellhead that has so much pressure. There is nobody that can go near a wellhead or to tamper. You can't do that unless your head is not correct. So to see that kind of thing with a JIV, confirmed JIV signed by all the parties that this happened as a result of corruption, and such government functionaries pay a visit to that place and not, I mean, that is the height of insensitivity. That is the height of wickedness of a government that should be there for the people. All what they are talking about is how to resume oil production. But that mess as it is now, in fact, for Ribadu to go to that place, they have to bring in truckloads of substance like a red carpet for him to, because it's impossible. So they have the money to bring substance that they will work on, but they don't have the money to contain the mess that happened since, because this whole thing started on the 4th of August. They left it to escalate and cause a very big fire outbreak on the 15th. Then they came to do a shabby capping, and now the big one happened on December 4th that led to the visit of the NSA on the 22nd. So it's a mess. It shows how the government of Nigeria has left people to their problems. They are not there to solve any problem. They are just there to take like the oil companies.
And thank you for that, for clearing that up. Of course, from the report from our correspondent, it's been 6 months since the oil spills occurred in Paya. Cleanup and mediation efforts, like you rightly confirmed, haven't happened in spite of the top government delegation that visited. And now that you're seeing that this does not appear to be a priority, but instead, like you mentioned in the report, we're seeing that the priority is to resume oil production. What other options are you looking to explore in order to get the outcome that you desire, seeing that this is probably not getting where you would like for things to go?
Well, there is an ongoing cleanup, although that cleanup, it is the polluters that are paying for it. The government of Nigeria yet to contribute 1 kobo to the ongoing cleanup in Ogoni. So we want the international community that has been part of our campaign to assist in amplifying our voices so that the world will know that the government of Nigeria is about coming back to kill every person in Ogoni, as they did in 1994 and 95. So we are going to intensify our non-violent campaign. Don't forget that our struggle is a non-violent one. We'll continue that. We want the oil companies to immediately fence all the 17 oil wells within that Yola area. In Kenya alone, they have 15. They should fence it up, and there should be immediate decommissioning, because that was what UNEP recommended. If they have decommissioned properly, this whole thing will not happen. I was in Oloibiri not long ago. Oloibiri, that they shut down the oil wells in the 70s, was still pumping crude into people's farm and river. So they need to take a very strong measure in clearing the mess that they have generated in the Niger Delta. I will also want them to immediately reverse everything that they have done about divestment, because these guys that polluted this place are trickishly walk away from the land, leaving the mess for smaller companies that they even gave money to. Don't forget that Shell gave money to Renaissance to buy the. I've not seen where a buyer will borrow money from the seller to buy something. That's what happened. The managing director, CEO of Renaissance now, Atta, was a big man in Shell. So indirectly Shell are just, but what we are saying is that they must reverse everything that have been done on divestment, so that these guys will come back and clear their mess, and immediate effort to be made to conduct a study in every polluted site in the Niger Delta, because the whole Niger Delta is messed up, and Ogoni will not be clean until the whole other polluted sites are cleaned. Because if there's a pollution in Okirika, in Boni, in Bayelsa, it will get to Ogoni. Ogoni is not an island. The government of Nigeria to think of a comprehensive cleanup of the entire Niger Delta. But right now, they need to immediately declare a state of emergency in Kenya. They provide water, provide whatever, and adequate compensation for community people. But we will intensify our non-violent campaign. We will not allow any resumption of oil operation until all our legitimate demands as enshrined in the Bill of Rights have been advised that other any nationality in Nigeria are already enjoying in abundance. How many oil wells in Abuja that has all this money? So we will not allow them to mess us up.
All right, I would like to find out from you, because we've seen this circus happen time and time again, and some have grown tired of it, because we saw when the then Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, in a very, very grand ceremony, flagged off the cleanup. I don't think that has seen the light of the day. And like you've said, with Masob over the years, and what you people are actually doing right now, there have been clamors after clamors. But we haven't really moved the needle. So, but two questions briefly. Do you think this will ever happen, that they will finally clean up the Ogoni land? And what do you think it will take to get to that point? Because at this moment in time, there are a lot of talks from both sides of the divide and little action.
Well, thank you, Aaron. You know, Nigeria has been happening to people in a very terrible manner. Apart from the few cartel, the cabal that enjoy the goodies of this country, all Nigerians have been left. Ogoni is not a different part of this country. The same that is abusing the rights of everybody is the same Nigerian government that kickstarted the cleanup. I can tell you, I was a member of the governing council. I prep for that cleanup, that, yeah, some very serious milestones have been achieved, especially at the current project coordinator, current Minister for Environment, Bararabe. But the problem is that the $1 billion that UNEP report recommended was supposed to be for the first 5 years of $200 million per year. But right now, it's about 10 years. By now, they're supposed to have entered the second phase of this. The real money for the cleanup would have been put on the table. What they gave them was $1 billion take-off grant. The cleanup will take 35 years. That is the recommendation. So we are expecting that the government, okay, the $1 billion is going.
Akpobari.
come and bring money or to put money on the table.
Mr. Akpobari, Mr. Celestine, I want to say thank you very much for your time. It's unfortunate we've actually run out of time. And certainly this is a developing story that we'll continue to follow, track, and report about. Thank you very much for your time.